Today's dinner is going to be hamburger soup. We've started with 1.5 pounds of hamburger. We added some onions, probably 1/4 cup, just to give it flavor, and we're cooking it up. Then we'll strain it, and while I'm doing that, Dad is cutting up our vegetables. So, do you want to tell them what we've got here?
Well, we've got about 1.5 cups of, or maybe 2 cups of carrots, onions, and celery.
Okay. Part of the onion.
About 1.5 cups, I guess.
And they would all be about the same. It would be equal parts: onions, carrots, and celery. We do have some of the onion in it already. So, okay, that's the start. So we have everything in the pan now. We're just starting to cook it up. The one thing we didn't mention was the potatoes. We also do equal parts potato. This is I think the only soup we do that has potatoes in it. So let's add a little bit more olive oil, and we'll just cook these up till everything gets, the onions are translucent and things start to soften down. We are also now going to add the garlic. We had
2 cloves.
2 cloves.
Not big cloves.
Okay, so we're slicing them up and we're going to add those in also. So we have a jar of tomatoes that we've canned this year. So I'm going to strain them out. I'll put the juice in the pot, and Dad's going to chop up the tomatoes.
Put the hamburger in the soup and let it all gel together.
Okay, so we had the tomatoes. We've chopped them up finely. So it's got a little bit of red color now. Everything is, we'll let this mix together and then we'll add our other ingredients.
Brought out. You don't have to do this, you just use water, but we got the tomato juice, so we use it. We put that in. Then we start adding a dash of this and that. Okay, this is red wine, cooking wine. We add about 1/4 cup of that.
Okay.
We add, oops.
I think the other one we need to finish up.
Yeah. We add our bouillon. We add some beef bouillon to it. 2 tablespoons of beef bouillon. We put in a little Mrs. Dash just for kicks. Don't have to, but we do. And then we add 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon. Oops. And just to give it a little more tomatoey flavor, we put in some tomato bouillon.
So this one's just a teaspoon, so
Yeah,
not quite as much.
about a teaspoon. And a bay leaf. And then stir all this together.
Add some water.
And then we add a little water. Bring it up about, add about 4 or 5 cups of water.
All right, and then we.
Well, about 4. We know where it is in our pan, so we don't measure it out.
And then we're just going to let it simmer.
Simmer until the carrots are soft.
Okay.
To a boil. Then we turn it on simmer, just so it's simmering and until the carrots are soft.
And we filled it up till it was just below that second
Then we
ribbon.
add about 1/2 to 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, just to give it a little bit of flavor there.
Okay.
And mix it in good.
So we've been cooking for about 30 minutes.
Now, what we want to do is test a carrot. If I can. It's got to go just a little bit longer, but they're getting soft.
Okay. So we'll let it go another 5 or 10 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
We now got it pretty well done. Now we'll add more water.
So we boiled down to below the second rivet. And we're just aiming for,
About 1.5 inches below the top.
okay. And is there a reason that we wait till this point to add the final amount of water?
Well, it just gives the other flavors a chance to cook in better.
Okay.
We're now going to turn it back on high and bring it to a boil. Then we're going to add our pasta.
Okay, and how much are we going to add?
At least a cup
Okay.
to 1.5 cups.
And what are they?
These are the American Beauty small shell pastas. Now we put in a good cup of the shell pasta, small pasta, small shell. Simmer, and then let it go for about 7-8 minutes. And then it's ready to eat if you want.